Okay, so where, according to you, is the most beautiful place on earth and why?
335 East Elm Street, Torrington, Connecticut.
What's there?
My home, my mama's home,
Uh-huh.
where I did most of my growing up.
Okay.
What's better in a place like that? Especially after you're gone for 3.5 years, you know? And me and my
Bet it
dog,
was I bet it was a sight for sore eyes when you got home.
sure was.
Yeah.
And the first person who greeted me was a little Boston Bull Terrier.
Oh.
I'm walking down the road, I got off the bus. You know where the glass building is down in East Main? Where I used to go to school?
Uh-huh.
Well, I got off the bus
Oh, yeah.
there, and I'm hiking down. He said, we just lived about a block away with my duffel bag on my shoulder. Here comes this little critter up the sidewalk, and man, he was all over me. That was Butch, my bulldog, Boston Bull Terrier. And when I got home, boy, my mom and dad were, well, you know, my brother Bob got killed. Well, 4.5 days before he was killed, they got a telegram that I was MIA. And boy, their lives were really messed up. But see, the Army classmates find me MIA, and them damn fools didn't know what to talk about. I wasn't MIA, I was lost. We were out in German territory on a patrol, and there was 6 of us. And we ran into a German patrol. There was about 60 of them. Well, I want you to know, my feet wouldn't let me hang around and get bruised up by the Germans. We split in 6 different directions. And man, I turned around about twice and I was totally lost. And fortunately, I met up with my best buddy, Dave Sweet. And he was like a homing pigeon. He couldn't get lost if he wanted to. But it took us about 6 or 7 days to get back to our lines because we were we'd come, just go to our lines, a whole bunch of crowds to come, gotta go back again. We zipped back and forth for 3 days, and finally we found a way to sneak through their lines. He got us back to our lines, but by then we were classified as MIA.
Uh-oh.
Then, about 4 days after that, my mom and dad got the telegram my mother got killed. So mom and dad really got scrambled.
Yeah.
And when I came home, I thought my father hugged me to death. Yep. And guess you know what happened? The very next day, I went down to pick up some civic clothes. And I was crossing Water Street, and I see a gaggle of women coming the other way, and I stepped out of the way, and one of them, little bitty woman, James P. Why, glory, is that little lady was all over. She's my ancient history teacher in high school.
Oh.
Addie Brown, she was born us over in Maine, but that little lady climbed my frame and hugged me almost to death. She was in communication with my dad almost every day to see how I was doing, you know. Was she glad to see me, and was I ever glad to see her? First time in my life I ever kissed a teacher. And I might add the last time, too.